What is up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. June 25th, Wednesday. We got ourselves a day. FYI, this is also all to the YouTube people. I'm live streaming on Twitch right now, so if y'all want to come join these streams, they happen around every day about 10 a.m. Eastern. If you are watching the YouTube video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. These do get posted every single day. We're going to go over every single game in the MLB today, as we do every single day. We're going to go over home runs, hitter props, just kind of general feel for the game, everything you could think of. About an hour long, so buckle in. Let's get into the show, and we're going to start off with day 26 of what we call the 1 to 1,000 challenge, which is where I try to turn $1 into 1,000 on one slip. Let's break down this one, man. What's up, 96 Finest, Hundo and JP? How's it going? And TCAA, what's up? All right, let's break down this really quickly before we get into the games. The 1 to 1,000 slip, there is a ticker that scrolls at the bottom of the screen with the legs if you, for some reason, missed this part or whatever. Or you want to go back to it. Ohtani and Pages, we had to put in 5 legs today, man. It's tough. We had to put in 5 legs today because it is an SGP boost day. So the only way to get the boost is if you do an SGP. So Shohei, number 1 option on the board today. If we go look at the leaderboard for home runs, Shohei Ohtani has an insane probability for a home run today, as he did yesterday as well. Generally, Shohei is a negative EV home run line, but today I think he's actually fair value. 50% chance to go deep today against Dollander. In Colorado, it should be sketchy, but... and then Pages down here, his teammate. This was the best team combo. I would rather go Shohei and Pages than Judge and Trent Grisham. That's what I was on for the same game parlay. It was one of those 2 combos. I'm deciding to go Shohei and Pages over Grisham and Judge, given the fact that game is in Colorado and it's more likely for home runs in general. So... then we got Grisham there, Buxton, and Schwarber. So we got 3 pretty sound, reliable home run hitters. 1 to 1,000, day 26. Now we pray. All right, let's dive into these games here. The screen on my right side is rudebets.com. This is the number 1 tool that I use for all of my research for any of the plays that I make or discuss. So yeah, if you guys want to sign up, there's a code right here for 25% off. Anyways, let's get into it. First game of the day, Brewers-Pirates. This is considered to be the game of the year so far, surprisingly enough, and here's why. It is Paul Skeens versus Jacob Misiorowski, 2 of the best young pitchers in all of baseball. Both guys throw it over 100 miles an hour. Both guys have just insane stuff. You guys are going to see something pretty funny here. Look at these pitch mix ratings. All zeros for the Pirates, and damn near all zeros for the Brewers. In short, if you're a fan of runs, home runs, hits, any sort of offense, this is not your game. This is not your game. But baseball tends to be a contrarian sport. Wouldn't be surprised if this somehow turns into like a 15-run game or something, But all signs point towards nothing happening. Nerfy here is probably just insanely stupid. Let's see. Nerfy is minus 175. Yeah, that's about as high as you're going to ever see a Nerfy. That's about as juice as you'll ever find a Nerfy play. Crazy. Strikeouts for pitchers. Pitchers are really the only thing in this game. Skeens at 7.5. I don't think I like him going over that number. I think that's a little too high. Brewers have been striking out a lot, but on the season, they actually do a pretty good job of not striking out. This is a longevity. This right here, this number is a longevity number. You need Skeens to go at least probably 7 innings to get to 8 strikeouts. You do. So, that being said, you might as well just take Skeens on 18.5 outs. It's the same thing. Realistically, he's probably not... I guess it's not the same thing entirely, but he's not going to get 8 strikeouts in less than 7 innings, probably. First inning total at 58% chance that there's no run. First inning... It's minus 175 here. So negative expected value on that first inning Nerfy. I have it at minus 140. Book has it at minus 174. So, not great. Misiorowski... Also, the strikeout metrics here are just purely how long are they going to go. Mizorowski's probably good for 5. Both of these guys have a tick too high of a line, in my opinion. A half strikeout too much. Books are doing that on purpose. Mizorowski for 6. It is favored here slightly. I don't know that I can trust it. It's not terrible, but it's going to be how long can he go in the game. So overall, this game, you can't really take any hitters. Let's just for fun look at these home run odds and see what they are. McCutcheon's 540. Reynolds is 480. 360 on DraftKings is actually crazy for Reynolds, if we're being honest. O'Neal Cruz might not even play today. Yeah, these are just disgusting. 500 for Reese. Joey Ortiz doesn't... Oh, he does have one now. Jake Bauer's probably not playing. Churios, yeah. None of these guys are positive expected value for home runs because neither of these pitchers are really going to probably give up home runs. So overall, just sit back and enjoy this game. Just enjoy the greatness that the pitchers bring here. Watch some guys throw some balls 102 miles an hour. Make hitters look insane. But yeah, this is not a hitter-friendly game in any way. Total runs, I have it about 5, 3-2 in favor of the Brewers here. Let's just see what that looks like. Money line for this game. Brewers minus 112. That's actually not bad. I think Brewers minus 112 is worth taking. Minus 108. They're both minus 108. I would rather be on the Brewers as a minus 108 than the Pirates here today. Skeens does not get run support at all. And the Brewers offense, I know it's Skeens, but once he comes out, they could get a run. Maybe 2. D-backs Sox. Zach Gallen versus Sean Burke. I mean, both of these guys are rather unimpressive. Ketel Marte, can he go 3 games in a row with a home run? I think he could. Plus 380 is not bad. We did say Ketel Marte was our favorite play yesterday for a home run. He did hit one. Today, he's up there. I don't think he's the number 1 favorite for me today, but he's definitely not a bad option at plus 380. He's got a really good pitch mix here, 8.45. Nobody else really cracks above a 5 here on this lineup, so he would be the best option for the Diamondbacks today. Value guys might be like Pavin at plus 500. Pavin at plus 500 is okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's really just Ketel Marte if you're going to be taking a home run for the Diamondbacks today. You could maybe, general props, Naylor looks great. Pavin Smith looks really good for general props. Randall Grichuk, potentially not bad for general props too. He's hitting really well versus right-handed pitching this year. So, but overall, it's really just Ketel Marte is the only one that looks decent. Arizona's missing 2 of their best players, Corbin Carroll and Eugenio Suarez, both out with an injury. So that does reduce a little bit of the power that they have. Might help Sean Burke out a little bit today with that. On the other side, Andrew Benintendi is actually not bad, and neither is Miguel Vargas. Benintendi at plus 520 for a home run. I really don't mind that. And then Miguel Vargas, plus 460. Not as interested there. It's okay, but I think Benintendi is probably the best play here on the White Sox today. He's got 5.47 on the pitch mix. He hasn't faced Gallen in the last 3 years. 6 for 156, 6 home runs and 156 at bats, I should say. Strikeout rate's good. 17%'s not terrible. 1.74 total bases per hit. And then against the pitch mix, they're pretty even on the fastball. And he beats him on the secondary pitch, which is a curveball. So I like Benintendi today. I think you could take him for general props too, hits, runs, and RBIs, or a hit. But yeah, Benintendi would be the option here, and then Ketel Marte. Those are the 2 that I would consider for home runs in this game. General props, top of the order guys look decent. Tauchman, Madroth, Marte, Pavin Smith, Josh Naylor. Overall, not too exciting of a game, but should be a decent amount of hits, some good runs here. It just doesn't seem like an overpowering home run game today outside of those 2 guys, 1 on each team. So, Red Sox, Angels. Well, Ref Snyder definitely fell short yesterday. He didn't do anything. I still think at plus 650 or plus 560, he's not bad value against Kikuchi. Does he have any history here? Yeah, he dominates Kikuchi. 13 at bats. He's got 6 hits. hitting 462 versus him, 309 versus lefties. He strikes out 29% of the time, which is high, and he walks another 20%. So 49% of his at-bats versus left-handed pitchers generally are going to result in a strikeout or a walk, which do not help for anything. So that does take away at least one at-bat against Kikuchi, most likely today, which leaves him with about one, maybe two at-bats to do something. For a home run, like I said, a plus 650, plus 560, that's pretty good value. He's good for general props today just based on his metrics against lefties. 309 is a great batting average. And then against the pitch mix, he's a 5.26, which is neutral. He beats him on the fastball a little bit. He beats him on the slider a little bit. Those are the two pitches he'll see, but he's not outstanding against either of them. He's all right. Romy Gonzalez looks really good today. Nice pitch mix, 7.29, 348 batting average versus lefties. He should be great for general props today. He's okay for a home run. Not entirely in love with him, but yeah. 2 Dodgers on the 1-1,000. Yeah, I just went over it. The only way you can get a boost is if you do a same-game parlay, so we had to. It was either Ohtani and Paez or Trent Grisham and Judge. I decided to go Ohtani instead of Judge. Yeah, we had to for the SGP variant to get the 30% profit boost. Otherwise, getting 1 to 1,000 a day with 4 legs on this slate was going to be very difficult. It would have been some random guys. People would have been like, who are you taking? It would have had to have been some really, really long shot guys. So I'd rather just do the 5 legs and count Ohtani as almost a certainty and then pray for the other guys to come through. So, yeah. So Romy Gonzalez looks really good today overall for general props. I don't mind that at all. That's a good play. On the other side, none of these guys match up terribly well against Richard Fitz. Shawano should be good for props. Nito should be good for props. Trout and Taylor Ward are okay for home runs today, actually. Although Mike Trout, his odds are probably cooked. Ward at plus 400 is good. Mike Trout at that's cooked. Plus 230 is a tough break even to beat for Mike Trout. He doesn't hit enough home runs consistently to be a plus 230, a plus 250 guy. He really doesn't. Especially now with a 4.87 pitch mix rating. Just not good enough. So Taylor Ward probably is the guy. Maybe Joe Adell even. Joe Adell's all right. Plus 350. So, yeah, Taylor Ward or Joe Adell for me on that side. And then Ref Snyder, probably the best option for a homer. Maybe Romy Gonzalez, but not really in love with that. Yeah, now at plus 500 it's okay, but Ref Snyder at plus 650 is the best value. So, yeah, decent game for general props. Not a great game for home runs. In this game, though, I do slightly lean the Angels to win, but I don't know if their value is going to be worth it. Minus 132. I mean, it's okay. There's not really much in this game to take on the money line. Boston somehow lost with Crochet yesterday. They couldn't get any runs down for him. I don't know how. Tyler, that was tough. But next game, let's go Nats Padres here. Ooh, looking like a low-scoring Gore versus Pivetta. Another really good pitching matchup here. Similar to the Brewers Pirates in terms of what we're expecting to see. Yeah, Gore and Pivetta, just two good pitchers. Really tough pitch mixes for both teams. I mean, Jackson Merrill actually matches up pretty well here against Gore. Merrill's hitting almost 300 versus lefties. He's one of the better lefty-on-lefty hitters in the entire MLB, so he could be someone for general props today. Same with Machado. He does really well against lefties in general. His pitch mix is a respectable 5 out of 10. It's not great. It's okay. So really Merrill and Machado, I guess, is the two guys I would focus on for general props. Machado possibly for a home run isn't terrible. I'd like him to be at the plus 400 mark. He's plus 340 right now. Maybe that comes back a little bit. You can get him at plus 400 on Profit X, it looks like, but yeah, if Machado was just a little bit longer of odds, I'd be more inclined to take him today. On the other side, James Wood, at plus 370, once again, I'd like to see that tick up a little bit closer to the plus 400 mark. So, not really great. Not really a great game for home runs. So really it's just Maryland Machado for general props. It's the only place I would look. Otherwise, yeah. Rangers, Orioles. We got Jacob deGrom versus Brandon Young. Interesting. Already looks like the Rangers should take this one. If we look at pitch mix ratings here, 6 for Wyatt Langford, 8.42 for Josh Smith. Josh Smith looks pretty good today. General props for Josh Smith is looking great. Home run for Josh Smith. I wouldn't generally like to be on him. Plus 600 is okay. Wyatt Langford, plus 475. It's a little low. It should be higher than that. Yesterday he was in the plus 500s. I think today he should be in the plus 500s as well. Unfortunately, he's not. So don't think I could justify that. Really don't think I could justify that. Nobody else looks that good for home runs here. General props, maybe Marcus Semien with that pitch mix rating. A lot of these guys are around the 5-ish, 6 mark in the top of the order here. Josh Smith is by far and away my favorite player for the Rangers today in this matchup. Not for home runs, but just for hits, runs, and RBIs or getting a hit today. I think that's pretty good. These top 3 all should get at least 1 hit. So if you're looking for like a hits prop builder, these 3 guys should be pretty safe for a hit today. On the other side, against deGrom, they don't match up well. deGrom's too good. deGrom is simply too good, so I would fade the Orioles today. I wouldn't really touch any of them. These pitch mixes are ugly. 1.7. The best is a 2.67 out of 10. And that's O'Hearn, who dominates righties. So we look at why. O'Hearn does beat him a little bit on the fastball here, but his slider is really good. He's a 2-pitch pitcher, fastball slider, and his slider is elite, and his fastball is pretty good too. So these guys just don't match up well against deGrom. I also like the Rangers to win this game. I'm sure their money line's juiced, though. Let's find out. It's not terrible, actually. Minus 150. Yeah, I think the Rangers are a good play today to win this game, even though the Orioles have been swinging a hot bat. So, yeah. Toronto Blue Jays, Cleveland. Let's see. Scherzer back on the mound. Wow. Versus Gavin Williams. Another tough matchup overall. Cleveland's a little bit hard to hit home runs in, especially for right-handed hitters. They got that really big wall out there. You got to hit it like 420 just to get it out into left field. If you're going left center, it's really tough. If you ride the left field line, okay, sure, but it's just not a great ballpark for home runs in general for righties. For lefties, it's all right. J-Ram matches up the best here. Jose Ramirez. Overall in this game, he's the best matchup. 6.36, got him with a 14% chance at a home run, which is about plus 600. You're never going to see Jose Ramirez at a fair break even for home runs just because of how historically good he's been with home runs. This season, he's not anywhere near beating his break even ever. So I don't think he's worth it, although he is the best option today on that team. So if you were going to take somebody on Cleveland to hit a home run, I guess it would be Jose Ramirez, but he's better today just for general props, hits, runs, and RBIs or a hit. Same with Quan, another really good general props play. On the other side, I like the top 3 in this order, Bichette, Guerrero, and Barger. Barger's matchup is a bit low, but Barger is a pretty good kind of power guy versus right-handed pitching. 1.95 total bases per hit. That leads to a lot of hits, runs, and RBIs. You know, if he's hitting doubles often, if Bo Bichette's on before him or Guerrero's on before him, he usually can drive them in. Or if he hits a double, then he's on second base, and most times guys behind him are able to drive him in. So he's a good hits, runs, and RBIs play. Don't know that I love him for a home run today. He just doesn't match up well enough on the pitch mix at 3.16. Vladdy does match up pretty well, though, for general props today at a 5.8. And then Tyler Heineman, if he plays, he has a good pitch mix, but he's also a very small sample size, only 42 at-bats. But Heineman's been really solid for general props, so that could be another good guy for a hit today if you're looking for somebody that probably has some fair odds if he ends up playing. But other than that, it's really just the top 3 in the order. Mainly Vladdy would be the number 1 guy I would take for general props today. Bo Bichette's been really solid, though, so it's hard to fade him even with a bad pitch mix. But yeah, Vladdy and Jose Ramirez and Quan are really the 3 guys in here. Not seeing much for home runs. A's, Tigers. Well, we got a lefty on the mound, so we already know where we're going on the Tigers, but Jacob Lopez, obviously, I feel like you got to look at Torkelson. Torkelson's power versus lefties is too strong to ignore here. 7 homers and 74 at-bats, 2.44 total bases per hit. 50% of his bats are going to be a walk or a strikeout. But he matches up too well from a power perspective to not be interested in him for a home run today. I feel like Torkelson's got to be one of the guys you look at for a dinger. Jahmai Jones could be a good long shot. The only problem is Jahmai Jones will get pulled out of the game the second that the left-handed pitcher comes out. So once Lopez comes out of the game, so does Jahmai Jones, which means he probably gets 2, maybe 3 at-bats. So Jahmai Jones for a home run, you might as well just take him for like first plate appearance or something like that. It's not worth taking him for a full game and him getting pulled halfway through. Glaber, great for general props today. Riley Green, also pretty good for general props today with a good pitch mix rating. But Glaber dominates left-handed pitching from like a batting average perspective, so I like him a lot today for general props. Baez also pretty good pitch mix and very good batting average versus lefties. So Baez is another really good one. McKinstry too, he's good against lefties. A lot of the Tigers today could be in play for general props. Glaber, Riley Green, Torkelson for a homer. Kerry Carpenter, I would probably fade with that low batting average. McKinstry and Baez, all good for general props. On the other side, Jacob Wilson, I know people have been disappointed in him recently. His pitch mix is okay today, 6.28. He hits so well. I think he's good. I think he's good for general props today to get back on the horse. Rooker doesn't match up too well today against Flaherty. Lawrence Butler doesn't match up that well against him either, even though he does pretty well against righties. Soderstrom as well, pretty tough pitch mix. So really, I would just Jacob Wilson be the only one I would take a flyer on today against Flaherty. Nick Kurtz maybe for a home run. What's his odds? Plus 550 for a homer for Nick Kurtz isn't bad. So if you're looking for a home run for this one, Kurtz at plus 550 or even Soderstrom at plus 600, 650 isn't terrible. Home run weather's not great here, though, so I would not expect it. Would not expect homers in this game. It's tough to hit home runs in Detroit when the wind is blowing in, so yeah. Really, this seems like a general props game for the Tigers. That's kind of the focus here. And then Torkelson for a homer. Yankees, Reds. Why is that game buried? Fried versus Singer. Fried's been so good all year. It's hard to really even be interested in anybody. Encarnacion Strand does match up really well in a pitch mix, but his batting average versus lefties is like almost 0. I think he has 1 hit and 25 at-bats. So can't really touch Strand today with that. Even though his pitch mix is great, doesn't matter. He's so bad. He might not even play today, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets scratched because he's so bad against lefties. On the Yankees, though, Trent Grisham, pitch mix is a 5 out of 10, which isn't bad. His power looks pretty good today. 25% chance at a homer. 12 homers and 156 at-bats, 2.02 total bases per hit. Against Singer, he's 0-for-3 in the last 3 years. He does well against a fastball. That's really all he's going to see is fastball slider. So he's good against a fastball. He's average against a slider. I like Trent for a homer today. He's on the 1 to 1,000. Judge, his home run probability doesn't beat the break even. Plus 175. Not really a favorable line for him today. He should be in the 200s to be worth taking. Although he looks great for general props, 10 out of 10 pitch mix rating. Should be pretty good there. He should be pretty good for other things than a home run today. Outside of that, nobody else really matches up that well. Jazz is okay for a home run today if you can get him at 450, but I don't think we can. Yeah, you can't. That's it for the Yankees. It's really just Trent for a homer, potentially general props, and then Judge for general props. Don't really like anybody else in this entire matchup. Although the home run weather is great, that's what's frustrating. So they won't need too much to hit a home run. That's why the odds are so low for a lot of these guys. That's why Jazz is sitting at plus 320. It's not going to take too much for someone to hit a home run today. But the odds just don't really make it worth it, unfortunately. So home run weather can be whatever it is, but if the odds don't make the play worth it, I don't think it's worth taking. Braves, Mets. Fuentes versus Holmes. Against Clay Holmes, the best matchup today is Acuna. He's only a 6.74. Acuna is usually a lot higher, so I think you can get Acuna for general props. I don't think he goes back-to-back games without a hit. I don't like him for a home run today, really, though. Plus 340, yeah, it's just not worth it. I don't think Acuna is worth it today. Clay Holmes is good at not allowing home runs. So yeah, this is tough. I think the Mets win this game pretty easily. So I'm probably going to fade most people on the Braves today. Acuna for general props is really all I'd be interested in. Maybe Matt Olson too. It's just these two, Acuna and Olsen. On the other side, Lindor looks pretty solid today. General props-wise, 6.69 is a good pitch mix rating. Batting average is solid versus the hand. Fuentes, he's okay so far. Yeah, a lot of fastballs. So that means Jeff McNeil's in play today. 7.2. Jeff McNeil hits fastballs really well. Let's see what Jeff McNeil's sitting at. Plus 630 for a homer for Jeff McNeil's good value. That's probably the best value play today. Soto at 320, you're not going to beat that break even. Pete Alonso, not going to beat a plus 215 break even either, really. Francisco Lindor, plus 300, 340. Just not great odds today. Really not great odds today, especially in this one. Nimmo could be decent, though. Let's see Nimmo. Yeah, Nimmo at 450. So it's really Nimmo and McNeil are the two best value plays for home runs in this game. General props, though, these guys all look really good. Hits, runs, RBIs, or hits. I think all of these top 5 guys on the Mets look really good for all of the general props today. So, yeah. It's really Acuna and Olsen, and then the top 5 on the Mets for general props. Nimmo and McNeil for home runs as value options, not as likely options, but as value plays, those guys have fair value. Mariners Twins. Let's go Mariners Twins. Another game buried. Okay. Kirby versus Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's been really good this year. Kirby's been pretty bad. These guys don't match up that well. The best matchup today is Cal Raleigh at a 6.46. His home run odds, though, plus 200. You're not beating that break even. Plus 195. Cal's not worth it today. I don't really like anybody on the Mariners, to be honest. I think the Mariners are a fade today. Pitch mixes are all way too low against Joe Ryan. On the other side, though, I love Byron Buxton today. I think Byron Buxton is a great option at plus 350. It's really good value for a home run. 31% chance. 8.84 on the pitch mix. Byron Buxton, to me, he's a top 3 play for me today for a home run. He is a top 3 play for me today for a home run. I think he matches up well. Home run power looks good. You got to have Byron Buxton on something today for a home run if you're betting home runs. Even if he misses, the value is there. Even if Buxton doesn't hit a home run today, it's one that you can live with because the value is there. Larnach, not a bad option as well. Trevor Larnach is not a bad option, and neither is Cody Clemens. 4.46 isn't great, but their home run probabilities are both pretty strong. Wallner even too. There's a lot of options today, I feel like, on the Twins for home runs. Number 1 is Byron Buxton, but then you can go Wallner, Larnach, or Clemens as number 2 if you want to take a second guy. Cody Clemens did hit one yesterday. I think he could do it again today. Plus 560 is really good odds for him. Look at the difference between FanDuel and DraftKings. 560 versus 370. There's a lot of value on that FanDuel line at plus 560 for Cody Clemens. And then Wallner. Matt Wallner. Matt Wallner's not really good value for a home run today. He's okay. But Larnach is pretty good value at 520, so... Yeah, I'd say you go Byron Buxton, Cody Clemens, Larnach, and then Wallner, kind of in that order. Twins should win this game. So if you look at the money line here, the value on the Twins, minus 132, that's pretty good value. They dominate the pitching matchup here. Rays Royals. Rasmussen versus Waka. Oof, tough game. I don't think there's going to be much here, honestly. Yeah, these pitch mixes for the Royals are awful. And then these pitch mixes for the Rays also aren't great. So in my opinion, this is a fade game. Not much here. It's in Kansas City, which is the lowest home run total every year for ballparks. Nothing here. Game's a fade. Cubs Cardinals. Boyd versus Fetty. Pete Crow Armstrong matches up really well today. I think Pete's good for general props. I think Seiya's good for general props. I think Kyle Tucker's good for general props. These 3 right here are all pretty solid options. Home runs don't look great today. Fetty doesn't really allow home runs, and neither does Boyd. Burleson, I mean, anybody could have an off day, right? But the data doesn't really favor home runs in this game. This is more of a general props game. You take these 3 guys for general props, and that should be good. You should see a cash on, if you take any of these 3 guys, you should be probably in the green. Kyle, Seiya, and Pete Crow Armstrong for hits, runs, RBIs. On the other side, though, Brendan Donovan, he's okay. 4.98. Burleson's okay at a 4.68. Batting averages versus lefties, though. Burleson's solid at 2.289, and Arenado's solid at 304, but his pitch mix is rough. Yeah, Cardinals don't look that great today, so Cubs should probably win this one, and yeah, I'm not too impressed with the game overall outside of these three for general props. Phillies, Astros. Wheeler, versus Colton Gordon. So already you're going to probably fade the Astros today. We don't need to go too in-depth against Wheeler. It's just not worth taking. Maybe Jeremy Pena for general props, but outside of Jeremy Pena for general props, none of these guys match up that well against Wheeler. Against Colton Gordon, though, Phillies look pretty solid. Trey Turner, 6.71. I think Trey Turner's a good option for anything today. Home run, plus 500 is not terrible. I could see him hitting one today, but Schwarber's the real guy here today for a home run. He matches up really well against Colton Gordon. He's positive expected value at 285 and 260, 7.12 on the pitch mix, 2.48 total bases versus lefties. He's really a big home run hitter. Over 10% of his at-bats result in a home run against lefties this year. So Schwarber is another must-add on a home run slip today, in my opinion. Another top 3 option for me overall with Byron Buxton today. So Castellanos, good for general props today against lefties. He dominates. Bohm also isn't terrible. 4.51 is not a great pitch mix. So for me, it's Schwarber, Turner, and Castellanos in this game. With Schwarber being the home run pick, maybe Turner for a home run too. And then finally, Dodgers, Rockies. Actually, we have 2 more games, sorry. Dodgers, Rockies. Yamamoto versus Dollander. I mean, Rockies are probably going to get just curb stomped today, if we're being honest. Dollander's terrible. Yamamoto's elite. Yeah, don't touch the Rockies today, in my opinion. I just don't think they're worth it. Take anybody on the Dodgers today. They all look good. Shohei being absolutely insane. I mean, you could still take Shohei for a home run today at plus 182, and it's positive expected value. That's why he's on the 1 to 1,000 today. I think he is positive EV for a home run, even at that terrible, terrible line. I don't know how they could have a different line for him against Dollander today, unless he just gets walked 4 times. Mookie actually doesn't match up too well against Dollander. Freddie matches up well. Freddie's great for general props today. Will Smith's great for general props today. Teoscar's great for general props today, or even a home run. Muncie's great for general or a home run. Pages is great for a home run today. It's a take your pick day for general props on the Dodgers. Doesn't matter who you take, they probably get it done. I can see the Dodgers scoring a lot of runs today. I've been putting up about 7. Yeah. It's Dodgers all day on this one. It really is. And then lastly, Marlins, Giants. Negative 32% ballpark factor. Oh, sorry. Rockies pitcher hits allowed. Probably about 5. I don't think he lasts too long. That's the problem. I don't think he lasts too long. Yeah, his line's 5.5. I think that's... And Pinnacle's the sharpest book out there. They only have it at minus 112. They actually favor the under 5.5 hits allowed. Reason being, like I just said, I don't think he lasts that long in the game. He's probably going to walk a lot of guys. Yeah, he's going to walk a couple batters. He's going to get in some trouble. Probably a couple home runs. I don't think he goes too deep into the game. So, Marlins, Giants. Tough game for home runs. Negative 32% ballpark factor for home run weather. Cabrera versus Logan Webb. Nobody on the Marlins match up well against Logan Webb today. Not a single guy is above a 3. And then on the other side, a couple 5s here. I mean, Elliot Ramos for general props, Devers for general props are okay. Jung-Hoo Lee could be okay as well. But overall, this is not an exciting game. I don't think it's going to be too high scoring. Giants don't really score a lot of runs. Marlins are going up against a good pitcher. It's a fade game. This is a fade game for me. Entirely, it's a fade game. So, yeah, not a huge fan of that one. All right, so those are all the games. Let's go over just like the top players for hits today, or for pitch mix rating, I should say. Judge is a 10 out of 10. Jahmai Jones is a 10 out of 10, but only against that lefty while he's in. He comes out of the game early today, 100%, so probably wouldn't get too eager on him. If you want, you could take a flyer, but Don't let him ruin your slip when he gets pulled early. Shohei's a great matchup today. Buxton's a great matchup today. Encarnacio Strand, I would fade him. He might not even play because he hits so poorly against lefties. He just does really well against the pitch mix. But only 0.32 hits. Yeah, he doesn't look great today. Ketel Marte looks really good today. Josh Smith, we already talked about him looking great today on the Rangers for general props. Yeah, we have a good amount of 8s and above today and a lot of 7s and above today, which are all really good ratings for general props. So overall, really good day. If you guys want to, like I said, right here is the website with a promo code to come join to get access to this. You can get access to these dashboards here. You can click in on the names. You can get all the probabilities. So if you want to look at like what are the odds this guy gets over 2.5 total bases, 49% right there. You can see it. You know, you can just change these inputs to get different probabilities to see if the value is worth the play or not for any of these stat categories. You can see how the pitch mix is broken down. You can see the stats versus righties and versus the pitcher. So yeah, come get access. You can sort these tables by anything you want. And then we also do have the leaderboards for pitchers too. So in the projection leaderboards tab, we got all the different batting categories, and then we have also all the different pitching categories to see a quick glance at hits allowed, earned runs, all of that stuff. So come join the site right here on my right side, and you will not regret it. You will not regret it. And then one last thing I want to do here, as always, player profit. Absolutely. I don't know how you guys haven't joined player profit yet. This is like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel like. I don't know how else to explain it. But let me go ahead and single screen here. So player profit. It's a funded sports picking account. So that means you pay for the account. I'll put it in the chat actually too real quick. But if you guys don't have a player profit account yet, go sign up right now. The whole point of this, let me explain it. The whole point of a player profit account is to be able to 10x your normal unit size. So if you're somebody that's, based on your financial situation, only risking about $10 a play or whatever, you want to be able to 10x that. So you'd buy a $10,000 account so that you have a $100 unit size, and then you're able to keep 70% of the profit while you bet a $100 unit size of their money. So you'll get $10,000 in an account, and you make picks with it at $100 up to $500 per pick, and you keep 70% of the profit. So it is an insane way to increase your unit size without increasing your risk. The only risk you have is the fee for the account. This is the only amount you can lose. A lot of people are on the $100,000 account so that they can increase their units to 1,000. So highly recommend doing player profit. For example, one of the plays I said I really liked today was the Rangers. So we can put $2,500 on it. It's their money. If this loses, it doesn't hurt me at all. I put $2,500 on it just now. If it wins, I keep about $1,000 in profit. And then 70% of whatever the payout was. And yeah, that's it. So you're using other people's funds in your account. So go join Player Profit right now. It's an easy way to 10x your unit size without risking your own money. So instead of putting $250 into a DraftKings account, go put $250 into getting a $10,000 account and with $100 units, right? It's an absolute no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer to use somebody else's money to make money for yourself. So highly recommend that. A lot of people in our Discord are using it now too. Would you say I like any of these guys? Judge, Marte, Schwarber, Ohtani. There's a lot of really good options for bases today. A lot of really good pitch mix ratings too. So all these guys are probably going to be good for hits. So, but yeah, player profit, absolute no-brainer. This is a very common practice, by the way, in stock trading. So if you guys have ever heard of funded stock trading, it's the exact same concept, but for sports. So people who are really good at trading stocks, but they don't have $100,000 that they can go use for stock trading, they can get a funded account where they're able to use other people's money to be able to do the stock trading that they do, and then they just keep a percent of the profit, and the company who gives them the money keeps a percent of the profit. It's the same thing. So if you think you're good at sports betting and you just don't have the money to make big unit risk, you buy an account here, and now you have a big unit that you can risk. So a lot of people are doing the $100,000 account because they get a $1,000 unit size. So one pick, if they make $1,000 straight, they profit probably around $800 on average. Right? You make 2 picks, now you're up $1,600. It pays for the fee that you got the account for after winning 1 or 2 picks. So, absolute no-brainer. Takes the risk out of your hands. You no longer are risking your own money on big plays. You don't have to put $1,000 down and lose and then be pissed. Yeah, you pull the profit off. Correct. So, whatever you win, so say you bet 1,000 to win 1,000. you would keep $700 of that, of the winnings. So you keep 70% of the profit. 70% of the profit. That's the important part. It's not 70% of the entire stake. It's 70% of the profit you keep. So you just got to pass 2 phases, and then you get funded. So the phases are like a test to make sure that you're not going to just blow up an account. So they make you go through 20 picks with a 20% profit target, and then you got to do it again. 20 picks, 20% profit target. This takes about probably 2 weeks to pass. I would not be doing maximum risk. Do minimum risk. This is going to teach you unit management as well. That's the best part about this. It's going to teach you bankroll management. Because if you just go do $5,000 picks to try and pass the phases really quick, you could lose the account because you lose 3 of these picks and you lose it. You know, you can lose 15 of these before you lose the account. So it teaches you unit management, and then you also get higher units. The thing that a lot of people are making the mistake with, they're doing the $1,000 account, but then you only get to do $10 units. You can do that with your own money. You know what I mean? You probably already bet $10 of your own money, so it's not worth doing the $1,000 account unless you're doing $1 units right now. The whole point is you want to 10x, minimum 10x your normal unit size. That's like the way I look at it. So if I'm only doing $100 units normally, I'd rather do $1,000 units because I could never do that with my own money. So that's the purpose. So yeah. Well, that's going to conclude the stream for today. I hope it was helpful. I hope you all got some good picks for it. Once again, let me just put this YouTube link in the chat real quick. In case y'all missed a section or you want to go back and see another part of the stream, there is the YouTube link in the chat. This is going to get uploaded right now. It'll be probably live in like an hour once it finishes uploading, so y'all can see it. You got hit by ads? What was the question, No Name? You get to keep 70% of the profit. Yeah, you can withdraw 70% of the profit. So if you say you bet $1,000 to win $1,000, you would keep 700 of the 1,000, and you get to withdraw that. So that's how it works. But yeah, YouTube link is there. I'm going to upload this stream here. I upload it every single day. It's right here. Use this link. You'll get 10% off. No Name. Use that link right there, and you get 10% off. So that will give you a discount on whatever account you choose. And that link works every time. That's the best part. So if you want to get another account at any point in time, you can just use that link again. Just come to this chat and type player profit with an exclamation point, and you get 10% off. So, or you can just use code RUDEBETS at checkout. But either way, that'll save you 10%. So if you're doing the $1,000 account, that's $100 off. It's going to save you $100. Yeah, check it out. But yeah, the stream will get posted on YouTube. As you can see here, every single day I post the stream replay on YouTube. So y'all can go back and rewatch any part that you missed or that you just want to see again. If I went through a game too quick or something like that and you didn't catch something, you can go through that. But yeah, good luck today. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good night. Peace out.